Every story needs a promise, a glimpse of a brighter future. And in March of 2022, Activision made a promise that felt like a revolution. They called it Project Aurora. The Holy Grail, console-quality war, right in your pocket. The beloved Verdansk, your hard-earned skins, your entire identity, seamlessly flowing between your console, your PC, and the device you use to call your mom. It was supposed to be the next chapter, the successor. The trust was so absolute, so fervent, that over 50 million people raised their hands and said, "Yes, I believe." They pre-registered. They waited. They dreamed. But what they didn't know was that they were pre-registering for a ghost. You see, in any good story, the cracks begin long before the collapse. The first whispers came during the limited regional releases. Murmurings in dark corners of Reddit. Videos from players in other regions, their phones burning like a stovetop, the game world refusing to fully load. But these were dismissed, you see? Isolated incidents. Beta bugs. The hype train was too loud, too powerful, to hear the soft, ticking sound coming from the engine room. The stage wasn't just set for a triumph. It was a trapdoor, painted to look like a red carpet. And then, March 21st, 2024, the global launch. The day the ghost stepped out of the machine. This wasn't a rocky start. This was a systemic collapse. The console quality promise shattered into a million fragments, and the picture it revealed was a nightmare, split neatly into two realities. On one side, the Android catastrophe. Flagship phones, reduced to slideshow projectors. Frame rates plummeting in the middle of a firefight. Worlds made of blurry, untextured nothingness. And the players themselves, frozen in a default T-pose, like mannequins in a burning museum. It was a digital haunting. And the heat, my God, the heat. Phones hitting 46 degrees Celsius. This wasn't just poor performance, it felt dangerous. It felt like a betrayal of the device in your very hand. On the other side, the iOS illusion. A slightly more stable facade, but the cracks were still there. The ghost was in that house, too, just hiding in the shadows. And here's the moment, the precise moment, the trust evaporated. While the game was crashing, while devices were overheating, while 50 million players were locked out of their own experience, the in-game store was open for business. Fully lit. Perfectly functional. Microtransactions. Bundles. The machinery of monetization, humming along without a single stutter. It sent a message, clearer than any patch note ever could. Your experience is broken, but your wallet still works. The backlash was a wildfire. The Google Play Store rating, that carefully curated number, nosedived to 1.7 stars. It was a digital riot. Social media became a chronicle of the absurd. Invisible players, guns that wouldn't shoot, maps that wouldn't load. Content creators who were meant to be champions became coroners, performing autopsies on a corpse that was still twitching. The ghost was no longer a rumor. It was a specter everyone could see. What comes after a failure of this magnitude? The long, slow silence. The day one, patches that felt like placing a bandage on a rupture. The player base, that 50 million strong army, simply vanished. They had voted with their feet. And in May 2025, less than 14 months later, Activision pulled the plug. They turned off the servers. The ghost was finally laid to rest. So what do we take from this? This isn't just a story about a bad game. It's a cautionary tale for everyone who holds a phone. For us, the players, it's a lesson in power. Our pre-registration isn't just a click. It's a vote of confidence we must give wisely. Our feedback must be specific, surgical. And our most powerful weapon, our time and our wallet. When we withhold them, the boardrooms listen. For the giants who make these worlds, the lesson is even starker. Polish over hype. Transparency over silence. The player's trust is the most valuable currency they will ever have. And once it's spent, it's almost impossible to earn back. The legacy of Warzone Mobile isn't just a dead app in a digital graveyard. It's the end of blind faith. It's the scar that reminds us to look behind the trailer, to listen for the ticking in the engine room. The future belongs to the polished, the transparent, and to players who are no longer just consumers, but witnesses.